In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and replace the front sway bar link connected to the strut and down to the sway bar. To remove your tire, a 19mm socket, and these are studs, not actual lug nuts. That last one, I'm going to just partially pull out, make sure my hands are free. And now we can grab the tire and pull it right off. I'm just going to spray my sway bar link connectors. All right, so we're going to take off the top nut first. Now, they do supply a Torx or an Allen. It's a Torx head, but this is a 19mm socket or a wrench, and I'm going to use the air first to see if I can loosen it up enough, but more than likely I'm going to have to switch over to a wrench and a Torx bit. Well, I'll take it. I just put the nut back on a little bit, and I'm just going to tap it out. It's just a habit, because I don't like to tap anything with threads on it in case I need it again. Now we're going to raise the vehicle up and undo the bottom. All right, so now we're down on the bottom. This is a sway bar, and that's the link. 14mm socket, and like I said, let's hope we can do it with air. If not, we'll have to switch over to a wrench and a Torx bit. Look at that. So I just want to point out the differences to the sway bar link. The top stud is the thicker of the two, and the smaller stud goes on the bottom. So you can see the actual holes that are made for them. So I'm going to bring this right up, mark it like as if it was going onto the strut, and then put the bottom one through. And the nuts is something else I want to point out. As you can see, they look like they're oblong, they're squished, and they're supposed to look like that because they're a locking nut. That's how they're designed. So before I even try to attempt to tighten this up, because it's a locking nut, I know it's going to spin that shaft when it gets to a certain spot. So I'm going to take a pair of locking pliers, put it on the back. I like to use the needle nose so that way it doesn't get in the way of anything. I'm going to lock it on there. Then I'm going to take my gun, and that is a 15mm socket now, and tighten it up. So we might need a pry bar just to give a little pressure down, pull down on that bar. See if we can do it by hand. There we go. And let's take our lock nut. Remember, this one is bigger than the bottom one. I'm going to put my locking pliers in the back and get my air gun. 18mm socket. I've got the link. All right, so now we're going to put our wheel back on. Now, when it comes to European cars, I always try to bring one of the studs and put it in my hands, because like the Volkswagens, Volvo, they have the stud lugs instead of, so you've got to hold it up in there. Make sure it's centered the best you can. Always start it by hand, because that wouldn't be pretty. That's 19mm, so if you want to get a socket, you can pre-start it. So the wheel torque is 81 foot-pounds, and you're always going to want to torque in a star pattern. And then double check. When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.